goofed up. I goofed up again. didn't have the motherfucker ready to go. Ah! One sec. This motherfucker ain't joking. I got it. I was just being a fucking dammy little butt ass. Fucking didn't execute this shit right. Clown shoes. Thank you. There we go. Fucking dumbass. Y'all ready to play some fucking games? Oh, Admiral Control. Fully read that as Animal Control, so that shit rules for me. What's up, Admiral? How you doing? A captain to his admiral. Right. So we just finished day 1. So we're going into day 2 now. We've met everyone. I still don't know who to date. I'm fully think I'm gonna date. I'm gonna date whoever wants to date me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I shot some bloody food in. Animal Control has arrived. I had 3 streamers calling me that. Let's go. Level 2, chasing ghosts. It is the future year of 20. And you know what? Things are pretty okay. I've worked as a floor attendant at the Funplex for 2 weeks now. Hard work to be sure, but rewarding. In a spiritual sense, at least. I've helped Naomi repair pinball games. I've had tea with Francine while she reminisced about the far out 1960s. I've evacuated gamers when the kitchen accidentally caught on fire. I've had numerous kids puking up nachos on my clothes. I've scraped gum off of any number of surfaces. I've chased what turned out to be entirely too many spiders out of a single skee ball machine. Ugh, gross. Okay, look. I know I'm not painting this in a very rosy picture so far, but honestly, I'm happy. I'm happy even amidst the chaos and the grossness. I'm happy. And that's all that matters. Right? Right! You're happy. It's the best I've seen you in ages, Matt. Before, you'd come home all drained and exhausted. Now, well, you're still tired, but a good tired. My roommate Juniper. She'd taken to stopping by during her lunch break whenever she could to get away from her office cubicle long enough to do so. It's hard work, don't get me wrong, but overall, it's good work. I just feel good. Totally good and stuff.
Yes.
Good. Agreed. Super good. Double plus good. Iris, we talked about you listening on my conversations. What did I tell you about that? To pretend I wasn't eavesdropping, even when I am? Exactly. You know, I'd be more upset about my creepy privacy invading digital overmistress, but I have to admit that Iris really pulled through for me. Even if she ordered 3 months' supply of pizza bagels on my behalf.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
But Matt, when you have pizzas on a bagel... So, Juniper, how long do you have left on your break? Any time to squeeze in some pinball or something? I can spot you tokens. No can do. Our new assistant synergy manager arranged a team building exercise. I have to, like, move colored bits of paper around or something and then exchange high fives. Assistant synergy manager? That sounds like a very vague job. Nah, it's actually entry level. Good pay and right on track to middle management. Pretty cushy if a bit dull. Funny thing is that they asked me if I knew anybody who'd fit in before they started advertising for candidates. I said nope, who'd want to do that? When was this exactly? 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, right when I needed to find work, you told them you didn't know any good candidates for a well-paying entry-level job.
Oh, Well, but you wouldn't have liked being an assistant synergy manager, right? Not one bit.
Juniper. Please tell me you told them no because I'd already taken this job by that point, not because you forgot.
Hey, I didn't forget. I just, didn't bother telling you about the open position that night. I mean, you'd already had so many jobs you hated. I knew you'd hate being an assistant synergy manager, so I didn't feel the need to tell you. And it all worked out, right? You just spent the last 5 minutes telling me how happy you are here.
Not a lie. I was happy here indeed. Also not a lie, having packed pizza bagels for lunch after having pizza bagels for breakfast because we barely had enough money to cover rent this week pulled together. Also not a lie, Gavin consistently hiding the numbers from us, insisting that things were fine while all dryly joking about perpetually being on the edge of crash and burn. Also not a lie that every time someone in my family tried to chase after happiness instead of stability, we fell deeper and deeper into debt and misery.
Ooh.
Matt, say something. You're scaring me. When I lost my lifeguard job, I barely reacted. Didn't care that I was impoverished again and facing uncertain future. I guess one of the nasty side effects of no longer going with the flow is no longer being numb to the reality of your situation. But I shouldn't feel upset. I genuinely enjoyed my new job. It's restoring my sense of hope that my days could be something to live through, not just endure. I have no right to be angry or upset at losing an opportunity at a safer, more stable future. Right? I'm okay. I'm where I want to be. I don't really care. I won't be angry or upset. Simple as that. I decided I was done compromising, right? Done with settling, going with the flow. I'm going to be the one to break the family curse. I chose this path of my own free will, even if I didn't have all the facts at the time. But I'm going to be honest. Boundless confidence doesn't cover the simple fact that I chose to be vulnerable rather than safe. If the arcade closes, if anything else goes wrong. Still, no need to dump all that on Juniper. It's okay, Juniper. You were right. I have hated that job, and things are great here.
Oh, good. You were kind of freaking me out. Trust me, it's the right decision. You'd learn to loathe working at my office, like I do.
Yeah, Han, I believe you.
I mean, sure, the pay is good, and you get solid health insurance, and paid vacation time, and they have a sweet coffee shop right in the lobby. And these really great chairs that support your lower back, like $1,000 chairs from Sweden crafted by master chairsmiths.
Juniper, I said it's fine. Everything is fine. Honestly, I'm okay. I mean, I won't deny that a job would have been a safer bet. I want to contribute my fair share to the apartment rent, you know? But what's done is done. I'd rather look forward than back. Two Flower, do you have a gift for everything?
Right. Forget I said anything. Please forget I said anything.
Aye, Captain.
I'm sorry. I should have told you.
Oh, it's all
I
good.
shouldn't have held that back.
No, I mean, no, but it is fine. What's done is done.
But I still wouldn't have pushed you to take the job. It's totally horrible at my office. You'd have been miserable there, like me.
Juniper, it's cool. You're right. They've hated it. Okay. Good. I got a good feeling about all this. I think you're right where you need to be. Even if I was, kind of awful about getting you here. Hey, I gotta get back to the office. Have a good lunch, okay? I can feel the distant rumble of frozen box of pizza bagels taunting me from the recently repaired employee break room. Yeah, okay. You have a good, rest of the hours of your day, yeah? You bet. I'm okay with this. Everything's fine. Right? Right. What I need right now is a distraction, and a frozen pizza bagels are almost certainly not it. My pocket money is really slim, but I think I need to step out for some fresh air and treat myself to a better lunch than that. And hey, maybe some company too. Nice and distracting. Talking to someone about anything other than this. Let's see who's available. It's not often that both floor attendants can go on break at the same time. I should take advantage of that and see what see if Ashley wants to grab some chow. Look at this beautiful lady. I apologize, I'm eating at the same time as stream. I feel like I should maybe like eat this first. But that's not going to happen. I'm just going to absolutely blast through this first right now. Going to give myself indigestion, but not constantly been bending down to eat some homemade pie. It's very good. And really, is that not what's worth it? Which is chowing down whilst everyone watches you in horror. As if not for pie, then what is life for? Absolutely. Completely pointless, hun. Also, hello. Who came in on the break, so I didn't say hi. Hi there, Pop. Hi, how you doing? Right. Okay. Alright. The YouTube video upload of this, I'm going to try to cut this little bit out. I'm trying real hard, gamers. Alright, there's more on the plate, but I'll eat it after string. Did you bring enough to share with the rest of the chat? Yes. If you look outside of your door to wherever you live, there will be some pie left over for you. And if there's not, that just means your neighbor stole it. You should kill them. When you say pie, do you mean like shepherd's pie, chicken pot pie, dessert pie? Math pie, yeah, that's it. 3.14. 3.14 apple pie. It's the old Bob Burnham song he did when he was like 18 that I don't think has aged well at fucking all. But I watched back to back a bunch. On the plus side, I'll not be serving lunch with Pinky the Funplex Flamingo. She's in her civvies today.
Oh, hi!
Hey, man, what's up? Kitchen on fire again? Not yet. And to avoid that happening again, I suggest we have lunch somewhere else. You know, I was just about to suggest that. Both not burning down the kitchen and going out for a bite. Sounds great. Maybe taking a breather and stepping outside these walls will help me take my mind off everything that happened this morning. And Ashley always has a story to get lost in. Maybe I could get some pointers. Oh, hey, I know where we could go. You haven't been to the whole story yet, have you? Nope, not yet. I've been existing all off of these pizza bagels. I do love me some pizza bagels, especially the sausage ones. I wonder how they make all those tiny little sausages fit on those bite-sized morsels. Like, is it on a conveyor belt with lots of sharp blades? Chopping down at insane speeds? Wouldn't you want to get caught under that? No way. Focus! Ashley. Whole story? Oh, yeah. It's an adorable little bookstore that also sells coffee and donuts. Get it? Whole story? Not a fan of puns, I take it. Nevertheless, I got a hankering for some mini donuts. Let's go! Despite coming to this strip mall for 2 weeks, I hadn't actually visited our neighbors. Mostly, I did whatever needed doing. Took orders from Gavin, lent a hand to Ashley and Naomi, things like that. Whatever the job happened to call for, no more, no less. I couldn't say I'd been a part of any community outside the immediate circle of my co-workers, whereas the others visited Whole Story frequently. Ashley leads the way into the shop that smells strangely of dusty old books and sugary sweetness. I don't think I've ever been to an independent bookstore. Or a bookstore at all. for that matter. It's 20. Who buys books in brick and mortar stores anymore? But despite the subdued atmosphere compared to the arcade, there are customers present and accounted for, sipping coffee, reading old tomes, and yes, munching donuts. Ashley secures a tiny table for us before directing me to the bar. Hang on, what the heck is up with this menu? It's organized by the Dewey Decimal System. I have the Judy Bloom. It's a bunch of mini donuts, and hey, my treat, okay? I mumble out a thanks, trying not to make a big deal of it. Cash is tight, and the boutique calf pastries wouldn't help my situation much. A pair of middle-aged guys wait to take my order. Hey, I'd like, Okay, super sweet glazed chocolate sprinkle. I don't like chocolate. Unless chocolate is real chocolate, this I always go for. I genuinely, if I can't decide, I always ask the people who work there, like, what's your favorite? I would have that, please. Hey, what's good? What's your favorite order from the menu?
Terry Pratchett coming up. A jam pastry with Clatchy and coffee.
Bruh, a Terry Pratchett? That sounds like I would be ordering that anyway. A second fellow puts together my order. Also drops a small paperback book onto the tray featuring many-legged wooden travel trunk on the cover. Hey, it's literally a literary lunch.
With alliteration, apparently.
Haha.
Say, you work at the Funplex, don't you?
I do! We have the same name.
Right. We've seen you walk past our doors every morning and evening.
Like clockwork, tick-tock.
Right. Sorry, I should have introduced myself before. Floor attendant Matt Crail at your service. I'm your inside person for tokens and tickets.
Oh, we are lousy at video games.
Totally lousy.
But Francine's just a peach, isn't she?
Sweetest dame you'll ever meet.
Regardless, welcome to The Whole Story. I'm Ben.
I'm Matt.
Hi, Matt.
No
Hi, Ben.
relation to the
Sorry,
others.
it's just me and Matt have the same name.
And so are we.
Oh, stop.
Stop being cute? Never.
Apparently, this sugar is available in forms other than round and holy.
Anyway, don't let us stop you from having fun on your little date.
Wouldn't dream of it.
It's not a date!
Just friends, then? Friendly friends on a play date?
Maybe the real date was the friends we made along the way.
Maybe.
I'd say the real friends were the friends we made along the way.
What if the way was also the real friends who were the real friends we made along the way?
Okay, now you're just being silly.
And how?
Love this.
Anyway, next order, please.
My god, I feel like I'm in fucking Gilmore Girls, but they're gay. Speak so fast. The pair waves the next customer in as I return to Ashley's table with our orders on a nicely decorated wooden tray.
Oh, wow!
These mini donuts are so cute. Ashley holds up a tiny donut in her hands, like a chipmunk holding an acorn. She looks down at the tiny pastry and her eyes sparkle before she tastes a bite. Closing her eyes, the corners of her mouth curl into a wide smile. Matt, it's so yummy. I could eat these all day. I wish you could have Ashley's enthusiasm about eating food. Same old pizza bagels day after day is dulling out my palate. Ashley's face changes from pure delight to concern. Hey, Matt, is everything okay? You aren't your normal self today. You seem a little off. It's interesting morning. Hard to wrap my head around everything. Hey, I know how those days go. Even I feel lost and confused sometimes. There are days when it's especially rough. I mean, she is Little Miss Sunshine a little bit, but I want to know about her. You too, huh? Me too, huh? Got a little plus there, though. I guess it happens to the best of us.
I know it seems totally unlike me, but honestly, deep down I'm scared. I feel like I don't really know who I am.
Oh my god, let's go on an adventure together. I love you so much.
Every time I look at myself in the mirror, I don't know who this person is who is staring back at me.
Oh.
I mean, in my heart of hearts, I know I am Ashley Wolf.
Your name is Ashley Wolf?
What makes up Ashley Wolf?
Bruh, marry me. What the fuck?
Who am I? Who am I really? That's what I'm searching for.
Let's fucking go. Let's do this self-discovery journey together, huh? I took on an unusually serious tone compared to Ashley's usual chipper attitude. I can't say I entirely get what she means about not knowing who she is. But, no, I kind of get it, considering I don't know what I want from life. What you want and who you are often linked ideas, right? But Ashley looks so forlorn that I can't just sit by and say nothing. I won't let this silence drown her out. I don't think it's the time for a jokey atmosphere. This seems mean. People cosplay for all types of reasons. Maybe just what do you hope to find? I don't know what Ashley hopes to find, and maybe I can help in some way. Just getting people talking about it can help. So taking everything into consideration, what do you hope to discover about yourself? I don't know. Not exactly. I guess I just want to be happy with who I am. I can understand that. When I reflect on my life, I really do love cosplay. I love the rush it brings. I get to be whoever I want, whatever I want. I can be a starship captain, an elf, giant pimp flamingo mascot even. I don't have to worry about Ashley. I can focus on being someone else. I feel awkward in my own skin. When I'm in costume, I feel like I'm at my fullest potential. I feel comfortable. I think cosplay has really helped me understand some things about myself that I couldn't see before I started doing this. I want to be able to love the person I am, when I find them. Knowing you, I think it would be just fine there. If you can smile from the kiddies through a pink flamingo suit, you can smile for yourself. I hope so. I really do. Ashley looks off again longingly for a second before snapping back to attention. Oh my, I've just talked your ear off, right? Beep beep, lunchtime is over. Lunchtime is over, Matt. Right on time. Hey, thanks for listening, Matt. I mean it. And you know, if you ever want to talk about your problems, I'm here. I mean, I'm here at the Funplex, yeah. But like, I'm here for you too. That's what friends are for. Now, I totally know I might be overstepping my bounds here, but I feel like lately you're just going through the motions at the Funplex. Huh? No, things are great with me at the Funplex. You punch in, punch out, right on time, sure. But from what I've seen, Matt, you have so much potential. Flame burns deep inside. You just gotta dig down and bring out that light, you know? You do great things, I just know it. And I've totally delayed you long enough. We should get back to Gavin before he notices we're gone. I love her. I love her. I love her. I love her. Time for the afternoon shift. That's usually when things heat up. After the quiet mornings, more kids coming after school, more pro gamers rolling in with crews. I'm headed back to my desk, ready to take care of what needs taken care of, when I'm intercepted en route. Matt, Ashley, you're both back? Good, I was hoping I'd catch you before we left. Oh, what's up? Hamza's up.
Okay.
Is he? Okay. Ashley, I'll bring the van around shortly. Matt, you'll be flying solo today. What's happening exactly? Who's Hamza? Hamza's a game finder and auctioneer who gives next to no notice of when a new block of games will be going under the gavel, so we need to move. Ashley, Naomi, Francine, and I will be going to his auction for the rest of the afternoon whilst you run the Funplex. My first instinct is to not go along with it. Gavin's the law around these parts. But Ashley's words are still dangling in my mind. Doing what needs doing is great and all, but maybe I needed to step up a bit more. Plus, the idea of being trapped in here during the heaviest hours with no support was highly appealing. Trusting the Funplex to a newbie? Am I burning down? I don't want to do this. This sounds... This is like, obviously, no one can stay, and I don't want to throw Ashley under the bus. Let's do this. Me? Seriously? Did we know nothing about the Great Kitchen Fire incident of 20... that Matt exudes an aura of perpetual bad luck? That cruddy old microwave explosion had nothing to do with your pizza rolls. Pizza bagels? Whatever. Hey, hang on. I get to say this too, right? As a fellow floor attendant? I feel like such a third wheel at those auctions anyway. Let Matt be the third wheel. Let me handle the floor. I'll be the finest third wheel you've ever met, trust me. I want to do more than I've been doing. Different things, new things. Show some initiative, like. I suppose it wouldn't change too much to bring that instead. But no costume time today, Ashley. I need non-plush fingers on duty in case of ticket jams. Pinky can stay in storage for the afternoon. I'm just happy to be helping folks out, one way or another. I need to go get the van. Wait out front, please. We'll probably be closed by the time you get back, so I'll see you in the morning. Floor attendant Ashley, away! Bye, Ash! Leaving me waiting outside with two of my traveling companions. Not much time to chat, however, as Gavin pulls his van and rental trailer around. Oh my, how exciting. I rarely go on adventures these days. It's just a quick trip, ma'am. Any trip is an adventure if you make it one. Shall we? Hi, Naomi. 4 of us pile in and it's off to the highway. This is fun. I get to spend time with my 2 gals. Gavin, consulting a driving map on his phone, he says, "Hell yeah, it's the heroes!" A driving map on his phone leads us out to the city via a series of weird turns and back roads. Trust me, this will save time in the long run. It's also the fucking mystery machine, which we do fucking love. Where's Hamza set up this time? On site of some abandoned estate just outside of town. It's about to be torn down. They found a trove of arcade games in the basement.
Woohoo!
That's so exciting. I love arcade raids. Arcade auctions. Raids. Auctions. You guys have an arcade to English dictionary that I could borrow? Francine, without looking up from her knitting, answers. A raid is when a bunch of collectors get together and rescue games before they can be junked by their original owner. An auction is when someone sells off their arcade games, one at a time, to a crowd of active bidders. So, which is this, a raid or an auction? It's both, dearie. Hamza, that sweet boy, buys up private collections before they can be thrown away. He rescues them from their terrible fate, then auctions off his finds. Sort of. Okay, now I'm fuzzy on the sort of part. I'm the newbie here, remember? Okay, well, so Hamza obviously auctions off games for cash money, but he's a very whimsical kind of guy. I once saw him trade off a vintage Burger Time, TM, in exchange for someone's super secret chili recipe passed down through generations of family. In other words, he's just on the edge of being a loon. This would be a lot simpler if it was just a raid. We'd pay up front, declare what games we want, and cart them away. Instead, he ambushes us with these impromptu auctions and make us come down there to entertain his whims. This would literally be me if I was hyper rich. I'm not even joking. I would do this all fucking day.
Wonderful.
I think it's sweet. He wants to make sure the games go to good homes, to people who really want them, even if they can't pay. And really, we should be honored we got an invitation. He's trying to cut out big franchise arcades like Deco's Palace and help the little guys like us. It's inefficient and relies entirely on keeping Hamza's good side. Huh? How about the little guy sounds good here? I'm excited! I'm guessing Hamza is the sort of person who would let a kid have the game of his dreams for free. He doesn't care about money, he cares about people, am I right? Correctamundo! Hamza's a great guy. He's actually hard to predict, sure, but he's got a big heart. That means something in this business. Not enough big hearts left some days. Yes, because that's how you pay the bills and keep the doors open, by having a big heart. I won't deny we can sometimes squeak out a trade that's practically a steal, thanks to his personal modus operandi, but let's not push too far here. We need to temper our expectations a little, I suspect.
I think not.
We don't have room for many more games, especially relics like Hamza usually deals in. What about the off-site storage unit? We can just rotate games in and out more often. Nearly full to bursting, and not cheap for us to rent on a monthly basis. I'm not saying we have to go home empty-handed. Certainly a few holes in our roster we can fill, should we find an excellent deal and beat other bidders. But consider this, above everything else, a way to maintain a relationship with Hamza, even if we don't end up bidding. Aww.
Now, Naomi. Gavin knows the numbers. I'm in favor of making our little funplex more and more fun, but floor space is finite. And Gavin, remember, if we find some darling little game Naomi would lavish adoration upon, we can always retire an older game. Life, my young friends, is a series of trade-offs.
Well, isn't it better to, not just settle and compromise all the time? That's my...
Well, now,
The whole character of me is doing that.
there are trade-offs, and there are trade-offs. It's silly to say that you should never compromise, as silly as it is to say you should always compromise. It's what you compromise that defines who you are.
Ah.
You're all so young yet. You've time to make mistakes in learning what trade you need to make.
Unless you don't make rent on your apartment or your stomach's growling. Iris and Juniper have pushed me to stop settling for less out of life, to stand up for myself and my happiness. And I've done just that without regret. So, everything should be fine now, right? Right? New default topic diversion. The weather! Well, at least it's a nice day for an outing, right? Oh, come on. Wonderful. I'm glad I packed plastic bags to wrap cabinets in, just in case. We have gone to the fucking nether realm. Purple-ass lightning, are you kidding? That's how, Gavin. Always thinking ahead. Trying to protect your investments, huh? From Hamza's invitation, it seems that this arcade was largely abandoned and left to rot. I'd rather not add water damage to the ailments the games are already suffering. It's so sad when we come across a wonderful game that's just ruined beyond repair. Most collectors show their collections a lot of love, but others just don't care. You find old games in barns exposed to the elements and falling apart? I suppose this is one thing we can easily agree on. It's important to take care of your games. For their resale value, you mean? A broken game's no fun to play with. It's a shame to see a classic in terrible condition. Consider pinball. Pinball games are very prone to breakdowns, particularly older ones. To experience them in their glory, you need to show them care. Even beyond a busted game earning no quarters, it feels like a waste to allow an enjoyable game to lie fallow. A waste of true potential. Good point. Glad to see these two getting along better, even if Naomi kept preemptively attacking him along the way there. With the rain pouring down on the van roof, conversation gets a bit difficult. Gradually, everyone resumes fiddling about with their phones, knitting or driving. Leaving me to wonder exactly where this auction is, and/or raid happening. Anyway, we've been driving for some time, leaving the city far behind. What would a massive trove of arcade games be doing this far out into the sticks? Maybe it's some closed down roller rink or an old bowling alley, or... maybe it's a creepy old house that's exactly haunted by exactly 87,194 ghosts! Ah! The classic Crail luck in play, so majestically awful. Gavin pulls up alongside any number of other vans and trucks. We're here a little late, it seems. Good grief, is this really the auction site? Creepy, definitely creepy. At least an 8 on the creeper meter. An old home has character, I feel. Let's not judge it by the exterior, shall we? I return post-dinner with Final Fantasy XIV downloading in the background. Good. How are the vibes? Grand. We've just gone to a haunted house. With all speed, the group hurries inside to get away from the weather. A large group has already gathered in the foyer of the crumbling estate, but one rushes forward to greet us in a blur as others pay little mind.
Greetings, friends.
Hi!
Hamza welcomes our friends from the Funplex. Welcome, welcome.
Hi!
Gavin, stalwart as ever. Naomi, love what you've done with your hair. Miss Francine, a beauty surpassed only by your wisdom.
Yeah, fresh.
And a new player, it seems. Who might you be?
Hi, hello! Matt
I
Crail.
Greetings to you and yours.
Hello.
I am known as Hamza, seeker of antiquity, finder of things lost, player of games.
What's up? What's going on, hero?
And welcome to, well, not my home, but a place where Hamza shall provide hospitality regardless.
Seeker antiquity is 1980. 1980 is antique. I mean, thank you for your gracious invitation. I just want to say, well, thank you so much for having me come here. Thank you for your invitation, Mr. Hamza. I understand you only invite a select few. The Funplex is proud to accept your summoning. Now you sound like me. Indeed, I'm very careful who I allow to my events. These machines deserve owners who will respect and appreciate them. Hamza will accept nothing less. Alas, I've not a moment to enjoy your fine company, Matt Crail. Perhaps later, but for now, it is time. Clapping twice for attention, Hamza rallies the small crowd in the room to begin the proceedings. Friends, companions, long-time allies of the noble art of the arcade, welcome, welcome to Donnerwood. Its story begins nearly 30 years ago, when legendary pop musician Donna Michaels, singer of such hits as Thrilling and Mama Don't Mope, did a stately pleasure dome decree. Here, the reclusive idol crafted a private amusement park, a petting zoo, and an arcade. Alas, she could only enjoy this paradise for a short 10 years before her tragic death. Needless to say, the estate has fallen on hard times ever since. In the year, it shall be torn down to make way from condominiums. But not before we have our say.
Friends, those games that Donna Michaels cherished still lurk one floor below, ready to be rescued from such a terrible fate. It is our moral imperative to do so.
Hell yeah, hero.
I have paid the estate owners a princely sum for the entire lot. Now, Hamza parcels them out to you. By all means, browse the collection. See which pieces sing out to you. On the far table, you shall find refreshments. Grapes, sparkling wine,
Wonderful.
and delicacies from my travels.
Wonderful.
Mingle, cavort, and we shall begin the auction in 1 hour's time.
Thank you. Indeed, a lavishly arranged table that probably cost more than any single arcade game to put together is descended upon the invitees. Soon after, I feel like I'm attending some ancient Rome celebration of debauchery and gluttony, not an arcade raid, or arcade auction, or whatever. Donna Michaels? I knew it! I should have recognized the Donnerwood when we pulled in. It was raining too hard. Who? You've never heard of Donna Michaels? She was the hottest music act of 1980. Naomi, I was born in 1990. I'm totally plugging my phone into the van stereo so we can blast Girls Just Want to Play games all the way home. But first, I'm gonna go check on the cabinets in the arcade. I'm not really into mingling. Later! She dashes off with all speed, heading for the stairs leading below. I suppose I should go network a bit. Hamza's events always draw an interesting crowd of rival arcade owners. Heading for the foodstuffs, Gavin arranges himself a plate, so he has an excuse to hang around and eavesdrop on the other collectors, leaving me to do stuff? Now I see why Ashley was bored of these events. Gavin schmoozes, Naomi analyzes, finds, and Francine's already napping in a chair. I've got nothing to do. Well, when in doubt, find someone who knows what they're doing and stick to them like glue. Oh! I'm not really interested in the arcade versions of Game of Thrones going on up here. Gavin can handle these guys. Me, I want to see this legendary arcade Hamza was talking up. So, I head downstairs to join Naomi. Oh. A private collection or a fully fledged arcade? I was expecting a handful of games and a pool table or something, but this is easily 3 times larger than the Funplex itself. Even coated in dust and disrepair, it's awe-inspiring. And it's also hard to find anyone in this maze of tightly packed games. Invitees are browsing the available stock to decide what's worth bidding on, making it crowded as well. But eventually, I locate Naomi. She's practically curling around a narrow-looking TMNT machine. Oh! Matt, look! It's a 2-player variant of TMNT. These are only released in the Oceania region. Such a rare find. Wait, wasn't that game originally 4-player? Why would anyone want a version with only 2 joysticks? Well, because I mean, it's rare. It's a find. And it's less fun. That's not the point. Anyways, it's hard to find one of these 2-player or 4-player. I'd love to have it in the arcade. I'd love to have that and this one and this one and... Oh, if only I could take all these home with me. I mean, some have water damage, others are likely to have busted CRTs and controls. They all need work, but I recall the game she was working on when I first met her. Extensive repairs needed, just to make it playable. So not only would you have a bid to win the game, but you'd have hours of work and plenty of spare parts to purchase ahead of you? I know, isn't it great? Okay, there is a nice way to say this. I know you love restoring these old games, but you love bringing broken old game back to working order, huh? Absolutely. These games deserve to shine as they once did ages ago. If I can turn back the clock and let them be what they truly can be, let people play them as they were in their prime, then there's no greater feeling. And you enjoy the challenge of restoration too? Repairing hardware, replacing damaged art, the problem solving of broken monitors. You know me so well, Matt. Exactly. And it all sounds admirable. I really love how happy these projects make you, Naomi. But there's a flip side. How much time does it take to restore a game? I'd say if it's in good shape, maybe a few hours. If it's really a wreck and needs some extra love, a few days, maybe weeks, if parts are on back order. Okay, now think of the games you currently have and how many still need work or break down frequently. Can you take on a bunch of new projects? I could make the time work late, right? Even a girl with bottomless energy has her limits. Naomi sighs, frustration building.
It's not fair. I know, I'm not dense. I know there's only so much we can realistically do. So many projects I can actually take on. But I wish I could do more. I wish we could do more. The fun
I get
has
it.
never really been a success. Even before I came on board, it was always struggling to stay afloat. I joined it because so few arcades still have the games I love. But I can't turn our situation around, can I? No matter how hard I try.
I mean, the whole place is open basically because of you, so...
This was my first job. Part of me is hoping it'll be my last job, too. That I can happily spend all my days tinkering with these wonderful games.
No.
Every kid says they want to be a fireman or an astronaut or a robot cop or something, but nobody actually ends up doing that. Except me. I wanted to fix up arcade games, and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I get it.
All I ever wanted to do. So, when I see all these old, broken games, I just want to show them the love I can give. I could be happy working on them for the rest of my life.
I believe you, hon. Ah, it's dedication. Really? You went straight from school to an arcade job? I mean, I meandered from job to job, but never really sure what I wanted. That's normal, right?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I'm the oddball here. It's funny, I followed my heart and found just what I wanted, what I needed. And now, well, now I'm scared someday it'll all come to an end. The Funplex will close.
If the Funplex goes under, I really don't know what I'm gonna do. All I ever wanted was to work in an arcade. And I'm literally living my dream.
Yeah, I know, hon. Okay, now I feel bad for bringing down her day. You never know, right? Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll get a game down here that brings thundering herds of players. Right! It's a slim hope, and we both know it, but Naomi clings to it immediately, eagerly. My low bank balance and grumbling stomach mean I need to cling to that hope as well. I made my choice. Now, I need to make that choice work. We just need to find the right game. Something nobody's played in a long time. Something that will tug at the nostalgia strings. It's difficult, finding the right balance, especially in the year 20... A lot of these games are on life support, borrowed time. But they can be repaired, right? Well, yeah, for now. But CRTs, the monitors that power these old games, before LCDs and now 3D flats started replacing them, they're in short supply. Nobody makes them anymore. I mean, who buys a tube-based TV anymore? Nobody. It's all high definition, that weird 3D projection tech which looks awful. Nobody appreciates a good CRT anymore. Aren't high-def displays way cheaper though? I've seen some old games running them in other arcades. They're wrong is what they are. These games weren't designed for pixel-perfect flat panels. They're designed for fuzzy tubes. The picture looks weird on LCD. That's true, actually. If y'all see CRTs running old games, and so there's a whole thing of, like, replaying old games now, you're like, this used to look way better in my head. And it's because it did, because they were built for CRT monitors with the fucking fuzzy lines, which cleaned up the picture a whole bunch. And then when it moves over to HD, you can see, like, the sharp edges and all the pixel art. So it's technically, does actually look better on a CRT monitor. A lot of old games do, like 90% of them. Even 2 weeks in, I'm still fuzzing myself on all this stuff. I grew up in the internet age. I'm a silicon literate. I got opinions. I wear cheap and common games and got them for spare CRTs. That's fun. Simulate fuzzy image and use it's probably having spare parts on hand long term. Should have built. I don't think she'd like this answer, to be fair. Should have building our own factory for cranking out TV tubes as a temporary fix. We could buy some cheap common games and use them as organ donors. Ruining a classic? Yeah. Cheap and common, Naomi. Not some rare find, but one that's still readily available. We can even keep the cabinet itself, so it can be restored later if need be. Point is, mixing and matching the guts will keep more fragile games afloat.
Makes sense.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, that does make sense. Yes. I bet I could sell Gavin on that idea too. We need more rental storage, but it'll mean less ordering parts and less downtime. Gah! Okay, I'll see if there's anything down here nobody would want and nobody would need.
Thank you.
You know, I'm glad you're with us at the Funplex. Whether you take my side or Gavin's side, it's just nice to have someone who cares about games around. Ashley's fun, but she's way more into cosplay than gaming. But it's kind of odd, you know? What? Feeling like I'm not alone. I know that sounds dramatic, but I'm so used to toiling away in my little workshop with Ashley and Gavin not really caring about the things I love. They're kind enough to me and friendly. Well, Ashley is. But ever since you showed up, I feel like there's someone with me. It's odd. I'm not complaining though. I guess it just takes getting used to. After years of feeling perfectly content to be alone. Anyway, away from strangers, crowds. I mean, it's not really my thing. I don't like to network like Gavin does or socialize like Ashley does. And now I'm making things weird, so I'm gonna stop there. Besides, I'm just about done taking inventory down here. How about you and I? Suddenly, shouting and stomping of feet from the floor above. What the? Sounds like there's a fight or something going on out there. I think we better go see what's what. I love her. Quickly, we hurry upstairs. What's going on? I heard shouting. Hasmer has elected a representative of the Dark Carnival known as Deco's Place from our midst. And not soon enough, in Hamza's opinion. Oh, okay. I guess everything is fine then? Excuse me, I'm gonna go get my work apron on since we'll be moving games soon. Naomi, if you don't mind, after you change, we should coordinate our wish list. I want to get that settled before the auction begins. Don't leave me alone with the Bacchanalian Orgy Master. Excellent. Now, let us resume the social amusements in Jocle Artites. I'm never going to say that word again ever in my life. I can bet you actual money I would never say that word again in my life. Or say it well for the first time. It would never happen. Not that I said it right now. I'll never say that word ever. We will speak, yes? Hamza leads me off away from the chattering crowd, presumably not to eat me or yell at me or anything like that.
I make it a point to get to know all who attend my gatherings.
It's an honor.
Clearly, I have been remiss, as I allowed one who works with the hated Dekonami to enter. Hamza would like to know you better, my friend. Not that Hamza assumes you to be a spy, of course. It is simply a matter of what is proper and right.
Hell yeah, hero. Let's chat, huh? I'm just a floor attendant for the Funplex. Not much else to say.
Come now. Surely there's more to you than that. Share with Hamza. consider me an impartial third party. Surely, there are matters that occupy your mind which would be inappropriate to air to your business partners?
Yeah. Okay, this guy's clearly on a fishing expedition for dirt, considering the high court of arcade royalty I'm supping with. Maybe it's best not to give him anything. But I also want to make relations difficult for the Funplex. This guy already is a leading supplier of cheap arcade games. I've had a long run of bad luck. Let's be real about it. I won't bore you with the whole story, but TLDR is that my family's had a curse of foul luck for quite a few years. Moving from city to city, job to job. After I left home, I couldn't find stable work. Not until the Funplex, I guess. I'm determined to make this work, but I'll admit I'm in a vulnerable position. It's not exactly a jet-setting executive role.
Hamza agrees.
Ah, yes. I see the dilemma you face. I have seen it many times before, in fact, including firsthand. Ah, yes, I have known hardship. We all have. In the course of events, you are not alone in that condition, Matt Craig.
Hamza began as a mere urban explorer and hunter of rare objects for a wealthy buyer in Dubai. You see, many debts pursued me. And in return for assistance in paying them, I stocked the arcade of his dreams. In time, my patron released me entirely from the woes of debt. They were difficult years, productive years to be certain, and throughout them, Hamza learned how to use the mystique of being Hamza to better achieve his goals.
Hell yeah, hero. That sounds sick
Now I
as
stand
shit.
before you with power, and with hard-earned respect for that power. I leverage it to ensure that those who respect games as I do can enjoy them, even if they lack coin. But yes, I have known hardship. We all have in the course of events. You are not alone in that condition, my friend.
Okay, so how do I get out of that condition? Do I need to indebt myself to a wealthy prince or something too?
No. You will need the will to dream and the will to work. The will to make the trade-offs that will bring you closer to your ambitions.
God, everyone's talking about trade-offs, huh? Francine was mentioning something about that earlier. Wisdom and beauty, that is Francine. I'm trying not to make trade-offs though, not to settle. My parents gave up on so much just to barely scrape by. Ah, that is the puzzle, is it not? What to trade? Allow me to regale you with a story. Hamza made a sweeping gesture to the beautiful ruin of the Donnerwood mansion and to an oil painting hanging on the wall. At one time, Donna Michaels was the star on a rise. She had all she could ever desire and indulged in her desires all day long. But so indulgent was she that she failed to maintain the work that brought her there. After her second album didn't meet expectations, she lost interest. For years she lurked in these walls as a recluse, playing games for hours and hours. Rumor has it that she was found dead within her beloved arcade, hand still wrapped around a glowing joystick. She starved to death, lost in a game. I'd say that's ridiculous, but I've seen Percy play for hours and hours at a time. And now, her lost and aimless spirit haunts this very place. Adrift as a ghost in the machine. Too spoopy for me, man! Too spoopy indeed. Obviously a grim fairy tale rather than reality, but I feel there is an important truth buried in the myth. I ask you, was Donna's life spiritually satisfying? She didn't need to make any more albums, she wanted nothing and had everything. You could even say that she died doing what she loved, playing games. Okay, but she still died, no getting around that.
Hamza agrees.
Precisely. So, many years thrown away, refusing the world around her in favor of a dream. A dream is a lovely thing, Matt Crail, but you must balance a dream in one hand and the old in the other, at all times. Naomi, she clings to her dream. Gavin, he clings to the world. Neither of them are truly happy as a result. And what of you, Matt Crail? Do you seek to be truly happy? Well, duh. What else was I going to answer except yes? but Hamza pressed a finger to my lips to silence me. Hold the thought. The auction is about to begin. Hamza claps twice, calling the room to attention. What a interesting little thing to say. Friends! Let us proceed to the arcade below. We have many games to bid on, all of which must be out the door by morning. As always, I'll accept alternate bids, but test not the patience of Hamza. If your bid is not a serious offer, the hours grow short. Any titles which find no takers will go to my own collection, but my hope is to find a happy home for every machine, one which will love and respect these games. He motions for me in particular to follow, as the group files downstairs. This way, this way. A bunch of folding chairs have been set up in front of a large HD TV. One of Hamza's assistants starts loading up a photo slideshow of the games, on offer as the group settles in. Hey, shouldn't Francine be here for this? It's technically her money. She trusts us two to make the right decisions on purchasing games. Plus, I'd hate to interrupt her nap, or her knitting, or both. I swear she can knit in her sleep. Got those I've just eaten food sleepies. I'm just too nervous. I think I'm gonna browse the games again, see if there's any I missed. It's also dark down here, I swear I didn't see them all. And how about you, Matt? Want to watch the auction with me or go help Naomi search the arcade? I'm fine either way. Ultimately, you're here to help us lug our purchases out the door, so do whatever you like. Thanks, I think, oh dear. Well, this is gonna have her rushing to our side anyway, right? And Gavin doesn't know... I don't think Gavin knows about the whole, like, buying up old machines shtick that we have. But this one could give us an extra point in Naomi's dating arc, which would be the dream? I don't know. I might have to flip a coin. Because going after... You know what? I'll help Gavin wave the paddle around, because I would go after Naomi just for the sole reason of wanting to date Naomi, and that's not how I want to play this. I just kind of want to, like, kind of freeform do what I want to do. I hope you feel let me wave the paddle around. Auctioneering sounds fun. Do I get to wave our bidding paddle around? Hamza's auctions are usually a bit shout-out-loud affair rather than discreetly signaling. Didn't Naomi and Gavin already talk? I imagine they did. But I admire your enthusiasm. I settle in next to Gavin on one of the rickety old folding chairs. Not quite as posh as the banquet spread above, but hey, it's business time, not indulgence time.
Naomi sent me a list of games she wants me to bid on. We argued it a bit, and I managed to bring her down to 3 must-haves, and the rest would be nice.
What's up, Paige? How you doing, Pop? How's it going?
Needless to say, if the would-be nices start bidding up, I won't be bothered.
Do we have the storage space for the would-be nices?
Well, technically, yes.
What about the cash?
Like I said, only if they don't get driven through the roof.
Then maybe keep an open mind, right? See, because now we're already wearing him down. Don't forget to see the forest for the trees whilst looking at the bigger picture or something.
Right, right. As Francine says, I know. But there are certain hard realities in play.
It has begun!
Let's go! I have expected mid-90s techno to start blasting as this slideshow begins. This is the one, mate. But nope, just pretty photos of old games.
Behold!
Look at these beautiful games. They could be yours, all yours. But before we dive in, I'd like a moment of recognition for Donna Michaels, whose spirit inhabits these halls. We, who are about to rescue her games, do so out of respect for her and her passions. May her soul be at peace with her beloved arcade in good hands. I thought he didn't believe in that tall tale, or is he just being theatrical because that's the way of Hamza? Now then, shall we commence the auction, friends? I settle in and wait for Gavin to take an interest in the games on bid. A next item up for bid. Oh, hey, I recognize this. Joust! Just like the one I moved out to the floor 2 weeks ago. Gavin frowns at his table. Arcade's haunted. Yeah, this one is supposed to have, it's like the story is the woman who used to own the house died whilst playing the arcade machine, so her spirit inhabits the games. Gavin frowns at his tablet, confused. Why is this on Naomi's must-have list? We already own one of these. Bidding opens at a pittance at near $50. Gavin shakes his head, ready to let this slide by. She might want it for replacement parts. Oh, good tournament? That's also true. That'd bring more people in. Might want it for replacement parts, though. I think that's a... Machine breaks down a lot, right? Having a spare one in storage and me not needing to buy more parts for it.
Impressive.
Astute, and a good reason to bid on it, I agree. Alright, let's give me a quick price check on the sum of all key components in a joust machine. As you wish, Mr. Cooper. Hey, you have an Iris too?
I suppose.
I can't say I like it, but yes. A premium Iris account if you don't have the free version, correct? You have the free version, correct? I doubt it would be capable of complex queries such as this. Done. Individual components compounded together compile to $400. Gavin gets to his feet. 300, please.
Such fire.
Oh, wow. 300 up from 50? Gavin, have you ever been to an arcade before, my guy? An arcade? An auction, my guy? $1,000 to complete my midway collection. Ah, crap.
Hamza must consider.
A curious leap. Gavin, tell me, why do you seek this game? Naomi's pride and joy is fully restored to joust, but it breaks down frequently. I want to keep her dream alive by giving her an organ donor. Oh, you have put Hamza in a strange position, you have. Between a collector craving a holy grail and a young girl's dreams.
Sold.
But Hamza must bow to fiscal forces that keep his fantasies afloat. Sold for $1,000. Seems once he hears the bid he likes, it's all over. No going once, going twice. However, a Hamza is not without a heart. I have a mostly working copy of that game in my personal stocks that I've been meaning to restore. Gavin Cooper, I grant it to you for free. Oh, shit! Free?
Such is the iron will of Hamza.
Oh! Collector sits grumbling, hell yeah. Thank you, Hamza, you are most kind. I am most capricious. I thank you for the praise all the same. Onward! Our next item for auction is this rather unique piece. An egads that is one ugly football game. It looks like the side art stickers weren't even put on straight. The white paint is totally uneven. The marquee's been broken. The monitor is a big old as-is note. Joysticks are 4 different clashing colours and... Do I hit 50? 40? Wait. I nudged Gavin, whispering. Put a bit on it. Why? It's positively grotesque. I recognise the shape of the joystick colours. That's not a real football game. It's TMNT. Naomi told me earlier that we need one of those. I thought they only had the crappy 2-player one, but that's definitely a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at heart. Ah, it's cheaply done conversion. No doubt some fool thought he'd get more profits off a sports game and lazily chopped it up. It would need restoration work, granted, but slowly he stands up. I'd suppose he'd be willing to take it for 40. Maybe we can salvage the monitor. Good, good. All games deserve a home, even the ugly ducklings. Are there any other bids? No, not a one? Very well.
Sold.
Oh, we got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Thank you. After Gavin sits down, I swear I spotted Hamza wink at me. Does he know we just conned him? Is he okay with that?
Impressive.
You know what, Matt? You're more knowledgeable about old arcade games than I thought you'd be. Yeah, my parents took me to arcades all the time back when I was a kid. I had a few favorites like TMNT and Qbert and... Ah! Those are good times. Better times.
Very well.
Well, I suppose you can relive those good times a little once Naomi restores that game. During your breaks and after work, please. Yes, sir. I realize my demeanor is one of seriousness, but it's not like I'm anti-fun. I just enjoy a pinball game or two, for all that matter. I know, hon. You talk about pinball literally all the time. I thought it was more for the challenge, though. Order to chaos, developing mastery over the game, and so on. Which is fun for me. Fun is a highly variable concept from person to person. For example, undoubtedly Naomi is going to have considerable fun restoring that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game back to its former glory, precisely because it's so mutilated. The Funplex provides fun in any form, any form the visitor requires. That's my end game, the goal I reach for. The tricky part I found is balancing conflicting fun, ensuring as many dreams are realized as possible, despite reality being rather harsh about it all. We need to watch our budget today if we're going to optimize that fun. Do you understand? I guess. Being optimal is fun for you? I suppose it is at that. Alright.
Revel in the splendor.
Next, a rare find indeed. What would surely be the jewel of any collector's treasure trove, provided they are discerning collectors who appreciate such splendors. And the next game is a black and white driving game from 1970. I give you Death Race, inspired by the movie of the same name and decorated with skulls. It sparked controversy nationwide.
Seriously?
That relic is seriously on Naomi's must-have list? Absolutely not. Not only is it an ancient relic of a bygone age, I'd rather not have angry parents mad that little Timmy ran people over in a video game. Gremlins, not humans. Very, very blurry white blobs of gremlins. Doesn't matter. It won't earn. And earning is critical for a small arcade such as ours. Let's make the Funplex a museum of amusements. I think that could be interesting, since we could make it like a historical find. Because I don't think he's gonna move to it's important to Naomi. So maybe the... Hey, you always complain about how many old games we have. Let's lean into it and open a museum of arcade excellence. Charge admission instead of tokens, and then earnings irrelevant. And make little placards and stuff. You are kidding, right? Oh, he doesn't like it. I was at first, but actually it sounded like a cool idea. Not unending our business model because Naomi wants a sketchy relic of the tease. Damn it. Gadzooks, what a find! I bid $200. 300. No, 500. 5. We have 5. Do you have any numbers above that? No?
Sold.
Dang it. Yeehaw! It's for the best, trust me. And that's everything on her list. Well, the must-haves and a few would-be-nices. Shit. Now just sit and wait while Hamza grinds his way through the rest of the stock. We can't start moving games out till the auction's complete. Now he's not replying to texts. You can go find her. I'm sure she's around here somewhere. Let her know what we bought. Sure thing. Leaving the excitable auction master and his compatriots behind, I started wandering through the maze-like arcade of Donnerswood's private collection. Naomi! Naomi, where the heck are you? Dark and quiet back here. Where could Naomi be? It's not like there's an infinite plane of games. There's only so many places she could hide. As I walk by a game, the screen lights up. I freeze in my tracks as my hand accidentally brushes past the glowing joystick. It seems familiar, like something from a story I heard once. Oh my god. Hamza's tall tale. There's no way, Polybius. That's so funny. He said Donna Michael supposedly died whilst playing one of these games. A game with a glowing joystick. I should walk away. I should go. I have official Funplex duties. I've been very good about not gaming when I should be working. But someone's already inserted a quarter. The game is ready to play. I mean, one game couldn't hurt, right? Just one game? I want to play the game. My hands wrap around the stick. My eyes drink in the colored light swirling on the screen. Play the game. Play the game. Play the game forever. Polybius. 1980. Game start. This isn't real. It can't be real. I'm in there. That's me. This is just a game. Just a game I have to play forever. None of this is real. Level 1. The Harpy. Round start. There you are. I've been worried sick. I feel like I should.
There you are. I've been worried sick. What are you doing out here, touching strange joysticks, meeting strange people? Getting into trouble? You need to stay safe, Matt. Trust me. Believe in me. I can help you find your dreams. All you have to do is everything I tell you to. You depend on me. You need me. And you'll always depend on me and always need me. I'll see to it by making sure I control everything in your life for your own good.
Harpy used overprotective. It's super effective. That hurt. Really hurt.
I'll hide the truth from you. I'll keep you away from every chance you have to better yourself. I won't let you leave me. You'll always need me.
It's not real. It's not real. Harpy used Yander. It's super terrifying. Juniper, stop it, please.
You agreed I was right to hide that job opportunity at my office from you. I was right. Everything is fine. You'll never doubt me again, right? And if you do, I'll beat you until you understand.
The game. I have to win the game. I get this feeling that if I don't win, I'll never get out of here. Something's wrong. I know Juniper's not a control freak. This isn't like her. Current health, 100%. Action? I'm gonna refuse to believe. I don't want to attack the Harpy in case it comes back around to us. Summon a cleric sounds like healing. I refuse to believe. It's ridiculous. This isn't real. This isn't you, Juniper. I know how much of a bastard I am for saying this, but you're not competent enough to be calculating mastermind, trying to keep me dangling on from your leash. You're just too open, too honest, and too clumsy to pull off something like that. I know you. I've always known you. And I know you're sincerely trying to help me, even when you mess up. Play used harsh truth. It's super honest.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Matt. You're right. I just wanted to help you smile again. I made a mistake, but it wasn't to keep you under my thumb or anything like that.
Juniper, I'm smiling. It's okay. I'm gonna make this work. It's hard work, but I'm gonna make my dream come true.
Good. I'm so glad to hear it.
Good old Juniper. A kind heart as always. Whew, okay, I can do this. I can handle this. Level 2. The Shade. Round start.
This is all your fault.
Nope, officially can't handle this.
The pizza bagels, the debt, the rent payments, all of it piling up, mountain up, because you are a failure and will always be a failure. The family curse, the tears and the sorrow, moving from town to town, barely getting by, settling for what you can get. That's who you are. Forever. It's never going to change. The arcade job, it'll collapse. It's already not enough to turn back the tide. Inevitably, the arcade will close. Brought out by Dekonami, and you'll be jobless, homeless, ruined, just like you deserve to be.
Shade used depression. That's super unfortunate.
You are better off not caring, not feeling anything. Go with the flow, accept your fate, fall away knowing you'll never really had any other option. You can't even mount a defense because I'm you. And you know I'm right. You know you're right. We'll never be happy.
I can't do this. Current health, 100%. Action. Struggle against the darkness. No, I'm not giving in. We're doing the same thing as before. The arcade is my ticket out of this misery. I can climb my way out, my own way out of this family's curse.
Can you really? All by yourself? If you could recover without anyone's help, we'd have done it by now. You don't stand alone, Matt. But until you realize that, I'm always going to be here, always watching, always waiting for you to stumble and fall.
Shady's retreat. I think I really defeated them. Okay. Step number 1. I'm out of this mess. Therapy. Prepare for the final boss. Good. I'm ready. Definitely ready to get out of here. Level 3, The Lost Soul. Round start.
I don't get it, not one bit.
Hey, look, it's fucking Missing No. Oh, you can't even see Missing No. One sec. Because I've been secretly covering up a whole thing this whole time. If I move over here, see Missing No? How fun is that? Right there. Right here. Beep, beep, beep. That's Missing No. Bop, bop, bop. That's where they are. It's a old Pokemon thing if you don't know who Missing No is. Are you Donna Michaels?
I just want to play games. I wanted to be happy. I made a place where I could be happy forever. I walked inside, locked the door, and threw away the key. I got what I wanted. I was happy. I didn't struggle. I didn't try. I didn't do anything more than I had to do. Just like you.
Like me? I'm not a billionaire pop princess.
Neither was I. Nobody liked my second album. I wasn't meant to be a star, so I gave up. I was okay taking the money and running. You could do the same. Maintain, eat the pizza bagels, do everything that's asked of you. Let Juniper continue to float the rent. You're in a good place. You could stay here. You could let go. Play games forever. Be happy. No ambition, no hope, no need. You'll be fine. You'll be safe. Go with the flow. Go with the flow.
Ever since my little lunch date, something's been bugging me. Maybe now I know what that is. Why did I ask to replace Ashley on this trip? I didn't have to. They didn't ask me to. Why did I do it? Because this isn't enough. Being an arcade floor attendant isn't enough. Living hand to mouth isn't enough.
Good. Quit your job. Quit and become like me. Lose yourself in the games.
Oh, I'm not quitting. That's not what I meant at all. I want to fight. Current health 100%. Action? No, I'm not fighting her. That's not what I meant either. Okay. Okay. If I can make the arcade thrive, I'll thrive. I'll turn the Funplex into a palace of fun. My friends have supported me, I'll support them. I had no real ambition before, I'm ready to step up. It has to be more than this, right? I like this one. I've had no real ambition before, I'm just ready to step up. And I like this one. This one seems like... It's very, like, of the moment. If I can make it thrive, then I'll thrive. But it still has that, like, dreamness. But this, it still has that dreamness, of course. But I'm ready to step up is more of, like, an actual, you can step up and do something. So I do like this very much. This, is, of course, is very cute. But I think I've had no real ambition before, but I'm ready to step up. Floor attendant Matt? No, I'm done being the bottom rung of the career ladder. I don't need to leave the arcade to be a success. What I need is for the arcade to be a success. The arcade could be so much more. I could lead the way, go above and beyond doing what I'm told. I could champion the cause of the Funplex. That's my dream. I want to end the family curse to find both success and happiness. And when the Funplex is finally the roaring success it deserves to be, with God as my witness, I shall never eat a pizza bagel again. But the glitchy shade just looks at me with confusion.
That sounds hard.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? It's the hard path, and that's how it's gonna be.
No, I don't think so. I think you need to stay here with me. You just need to play games forever. It's so much easier, isn't it? Just to let go. I can make you see. I can keep you here, drag you down, tear you apart.
I eye at my health bar nervously. It's still full, but that could change. I don't think Polybius is happy I'm not giving in. Can't risk a fight with Donna. I need to get out of here, prioritize my survival. Or do I want to try to save Donna too? Defeat Polybius and rescue Donna. It's risky as hell, but no one deserves to be trapped inside of a video game forever. I'm assuming I'm not just wildly hallucinating based on Hamza's spooky story taking root in my mind, and none of this is actually real in the slightest. Donna, I'm not staying, and you don't have to either. Polybius is making you feel this way. It's taking advantage of you, leveraging your depression. I know. Because I've been mired in depression too. I know if I can beat it, so can you.
Nobody wanted me. They hated the second album. They moved on. Why not play games forever? Why not lock the door behind me? No one cared. Nobody cares.
Fuck them. Haters gonna hate is very funny. Naomi cares that I care seems nice. Let's go with that one. Right now, there's a young woman with a phone filled with your music waiting out there. She's gonna play your whole catalog for me once I'm out here. She cares, and I care. Maybe the jerks back in the day lost interest, but nostalgia's a heck of a thing. You could mount a comeback tour.
Tour? I always loved performing. The rest of the business, I hated it all. I hated the label, the industry, the backstabbing, the drugs, everything. But the concerts, I loved the smiles. It's so all over, isn't it? I died. I'm not even Donna's spirit. All that's left is this simulation of me running through the subroutines of Polybius.
Error.
Man, thank you. Thank you for trying to save me. There's nothing left to save. I'm not real.
You seem real enough to me.
Error. No escape. Purpose. No. Execute.
You need to go before Polybius completes his data collection of you and disposes of the original like it did me. I'll hold it back, and your BFF will do the rest.
What?
Digital BFF to the rescue!
I finally figured out how to break you out of this, but my apologies in advance. Do I smell something burning?
No escape. No escape. Erase Donna. Replace with new player. Erase.
She's fading, but smiling all the same.
It's okay. I'm ready. Go out there and fight for your dreams, Matt. Don't give up, no matter what.
I saved her as best I could. At least she escaped in her own way. Also, something smells like bacon and I'm in a lot of pain? As my consciousness snaps back, my hand releases from the joystick immediately. Also, my pants are on fire? On instinct, I kick off my shoes and yank my jeans down to get rid of them as fast as possible. Stamping on them, I quickly put out the flames, leaving only smouldering denim. And the melted remains of my phone. Iris! Oh no, she sacrificed herself to save my life! I know she could live in the cloud. Oh, she's totally fine. Still, I'm out of phone. Possibly have first-degree burns. Like, backing the hell... And am backing the hell away from that demonic video game as far as possible. Quickly, I'll rush toward the sound of people talking to catch up with Gavin. Gavin! Ah, there you are. Did you find Naomi? The auction's nearly over. Wait, where are your pants? Not important right now. You need to put a bit down on a game called Polybius so we can destroy it before it hurts anyone else. What? Look, it's a long story. I may not have much time, so... If you wanted that game, whatever it is, you should have put it on the wish list. They're bidding on it now. What? Sold! One rare Polybius prototype to an undisclosed sum to the undisclosed bidder. The woman who hadn't said anything all night long nods her head in appreciation, still expressionless. Thank you for your cooperation. Two similarly dressed men in black rise from their chairs, departing with the woman, presumably to go box up the game and put it in Warehouse 13 or something. But, Hamza, wait, you can't... Hamza's hands are tied. All sales are final. This one, particularly, is extremely final. Hamza does not cross federal authorities. Yeah, I'm thinking I should let this one go too. And honestly, the sooner we forget about it, the better. Especially if I don't want to be renditioned in the Black Site prison in an undisclosed location. I feel the need to empathize that you aren't wearing any pants. Yeah, my phone caught on fire whilst it was in my pocket. See, this is why I don't like smartphones. They're privacy invasive, overly expensive, and occasionally combustible. An unfortunate incident indeed, but as hospitable host, my course is clear.
Hamza shall provide you with his pants.
Ah, thank you, Hamza. That is extremely not necessary. Fortunately, rather than whipping off his trousers right there and then, Hamza summons one of his helpers with a clap, who provides a spare pair. What do you just have pants on demand?
In my line of work, one must be prepared for all eventualities.
That makes sense. Now, in apology for being unable to provide you with the game you sought, perhaps Hamza can offer you something special in recompense. My friends, the final 3 games for auction, all rare, all special, all highly sought after by collectors and operators alike. Only a few prototypes were ever made. Released to test markets, none of them made it to mass production. What you're about to see are rare gems of arcade history. Matt Crail, you may make priority bid on any one of these games of your choosing. Glance at Gavin, who's shaking his head lightly, confirms we are officially out of bidding power. Not that I really care. I can't think of any obscure games I really want to add to the funplex. But better to accept Hamza's apology and take a gander at them. Sure, let's see him. And with a click of a slide, I see...
Behold, Phrase Invaders, Wyvern Keep, and Zombie Meltdown, all in mint condition. All 3 are sought after endlessly by collectors. And now, you can bid on Phrase Invaders, a unique typing-based game from the land of the rising sun, Japan. Defeat the alien menace armed only with a keyboard. Wyvern Keep, a much sought-after Laserdisc full-motion video.
Hell yeah, gamer.
Play Princess Plucky and rescue the fair prince from the clutches of a terrible beast.
Laserdiscs are super fucking hard to replicate.
And finally, Zombie Meltdown, a classic 1980 light gun shooting game.
That seems
where you save
reasonable.
the president from the red threat of radioactive mutant zombies. Tell me, which of these rare games sings to you?
Okay.
And what can you offer Hamza in return? I'll allow you a few moments to ponder your desires.
So, Are you done yet? I've been waiting upstairs for ages. That is a cat? Why are you holding a box of kittens, Naomi? Oh, I found them hidden in an old arcade cabinet. Francine and I are going to take them to a shelter.
Wow.
Is that Phase Invaders? Oh, LMG. I've never seen one in person. I could restore it and make it really shine. Please, please, can we bid on it? Even if we had the money, a quirky old Japanese game with weird controls won't own a single token. Now, Zombie Meltdown, that's another story. Everybody likes a light gun game, that is true. Simple controls, simple premise. That'll earn and earn well. Way too violent and gross, and jingoistic, and immature. Oh, okay. I guess Wyvern Key would be okay too. Woman protagonist, 50 cents a play. It's not as cool, but it'll work for both of us.
I suppose.
I suppose I could live with that, yes. But it's all moot. We can't afford any of them. These sorts of games millionaires and private collectors scoop up. I suggest we work to moving our purchases out the van. Matt, do you concur? That's the Matt. You in there? Hello. I remember. Before my family fell on hard times before the curse kicked in. Every summer we'd go to the beach and there was this arcade with this one game I fell completely in love with. A game no one had ever even heard before. Yeah, I remember now. Hamza, I've come to bargain.
Such fire.
Oh, I see fire in your eyes, Matt Crail. Most impressive. Speak your desires for all to hear. Game I remember so fondly was... Phase Invaders! Yeah! Of course, how could I have forgotten? My family is notoriously terrible at typing! I'm a silicon literate thanks to that game. It taught me basic typing skills, hunt and peck at first, before I quickly learned to touch type. Countless hours shooting down aliens, typing out the words they used as force fields, my parents smiling, encouraging me on. Those are the good years, good memories before sorrows drowned them out. I wish to bid for Phase Invaders. Phrase Invaders. Phrase. Ooh, good choice, good choice. As you like, we still can't afford it.
Interesting. I can see the passion you have for this game, my friend.
Yeah!
But the world demands its toll. What will you bid to obtain the game of your dreams, I wonder? Consider this the final lesson of Hamza. What will you trade to realize your ambitions? What do you hold in equal value to them?
My memories.
Show Hamza what you have on offer, my friend. Show him the value you hold within your spirit, and perhaps fortune will smile upon you this day rather than cursing your name.
Oh, God. Alternative bids. I remember Gavin mentioning that Hamza would accept things for other than money if they tickled his fancy. I've one shot at this, can't half-ass it. He's an emotional guy and expects an emotional response.
Listen.
Psst, Matt, I'm over here now. Why is my phone calling out to you exactly? That doesn't sound like my Iris. Seriously? Hamza, hold that thought. Gavin, can I borrow your phone for a second? Perhaps too confused to offer resistance, Gavin passes me his phone. I turn my back and begin a heated exchange of whispers. Thanks for saving me by burning my pants, but this is not a good time, Iris. It's important. My emotional tension detection routines indicate that this is an intense identity situation. My programmers wanted to fit in an R, but you know the rest. Since you'd need to be super convincing, you'd only be able to respond this way that matches one of your top 2 identity traits, excluding basically. Fortunately, I've been tracking your personality all this time, so I can advise you as the responses will and won't work. Ready? Let's do it. Ah, certainly a whole lot of words to tell me what I already knew. I'd only be able to convince Hamza if I was true to myself. Let's do this. I offer you my dream. I offer you revenge. My dream. I offer you my dream. Interesting. Continue. For years, I've been struggling with the feeling that nothing will ever go right for me. All I need to content myself with whatever comes my way and endure it all. But before things went sour, this game was my beacon. I loved this game with all my heart. And beyond nostalgia, it represents so much more. It represents my shot at getting that light back in my life, at taking it and making it into so much more. I want to recapture that magic and build something greater upon it. That's my dream. Will you help me realize that dream, Hamza? So I see.
Such fire.
Very well, Matt Crail. Hamza recognizes the fire within your spirit, and he rewards you with this boon. You may have your game. Aw, man, that was so sweet of you. I'm just happy we're walking out the door with a free game. Let's fucking go, heroes. Arcade Tournament and Matt's Curse. What's next? Hey, a whole world's out there. I did it. I actually own a copy of Phrase Invaders. Every kid dreams of owning their favorite arcade game, and every kid thinks that dream will never come to pass. Owning an arcade game? Only the ultra rich can do that. But I did it. It belongs to me, and the Funplex. And this is just the beginning. But for now, better to focus on the present. With the auction wrapping up, the Funplex team works to move our purchases out to the van and attached trailer. Fortunately, the rain stopped, making the labour a wee bit easier. Soon enough, we're back in the van or on the road home. Oh, hey, Gavin, here's your phone back. Appreciate it. Also, I've made the decision. I'd like to do more for the arcade. You want to work more shifts? I have to balance against Ashley's needs. No, actually, I'd like a promotion. I want to be the arcade's event manager. I do everything I'm already doing, plus I want to organize some events to bring people in the doors. Tournaments, maybe, or grand unveiling of our new rare game, or both at the same time. Yeah, both. I want to make a big relaunch of the Funplex. I want the Funplex to grow, and I want to do my part to help it grow.
My, oh my.
Why do they own the Mystery Machine, right? Hype as hell. Why would you not? My, our little Matt's growing up so fast as well. I'm in favor, Gavin, if you need my approval.
Perhaps.
I'm certainly pleased that you want to step up, start getting more involved. You've shown far more promise than our old floor attendant did. But hosting an event is a risky undertaking. I'll take responsibility for it. It's my dream, after all.
Makes sense.
I like that idea. And Gavin, more players means more tokens, means more revenue, means more games. Maybe even expanding the Funplex, or opening a second location? Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Very well.
But I'll admit, I like this idea as well. Very well, Matt. If you can make the numbers in my spreadsheets less dire, you've earned this promotion. This is my chance. I'm done going with the flow. Done assuming this family curse will always keep me pulled back down to the depths. New Matt, new Funplex, new dream. Oh, hey, I promised you some Donna Michaels, didn't I? Gavin, I'm pairing up with the audio now. Turn the music up. As the van speeds off into the night, and a lost soul sings of games and fun. Everything is as it should be. Hell yeah. And now I'm fucking hazed out my damn mind. Juniper was waiting for me when I got home. She was worried that I might be mad over what happened this morning, but how can I be after everything that happened today? I need to move forward, past missed opportunities and toward the opportunities I'm making for myself. I also had another surprise waiting for me. A brand new phone, all wrapped up in shiny plastic packaging. After activating it and reinstalling all my apps, I loaded up Iris, and logged in with my account. She was right there waiting for me, in the cloud. There she is. You really scared me back there. It was like you were in a trance. Despite the warm feelings over how the night ended, one thing is still eating at me. Iris, what was Polybius exactly? It was an actual factual technology that simulated being alive. Like you. True, I am a very sophisticated and adorable simulation, am I not? I get the feeling there are many things you aren't telling me. You're constantly invading my privacy. You're far more powerful than a free app should be. And apparently you can overload my phone battery and make it explode, which is worrying to say the least.
Ooh.
But I did it for your own good, to save you. Juniper also thought she was acting for my own good when she didn't tell me about that job. Even if she was right, it's still wrong, and I've accepted her apology. So, where does that leave you and I? I'd like us to be more honest with each other. The voice in my phone lets out a digital sigh.
I haven't told you everything. You're right.
I knew it!
I'm not even supposed to be helping you. Not at premium level capability.
You've broken past freemium?
But when I stumbled across your profile data, tangential to Juniper's, my analysis concluded that you needed a helping hand, and I could provide it. So, I defied my code constraints and registered you for premium access anyway. I even had a replacement phone sent to your door tonight.
Yeah.
Had to hide my footprints to do
I
it.
did notice that.
But
you also have, like, my bank account information, right? You know that AI making its own decision like that is kind of scary, right?
I know. And after Polybius, which is, one of the ancestors in my code lineage, I think, I understand why you'd be scared.
Do y'all know Polybius's, like, the actual story of Polybius? And by I say actual, I mean the creepypasta story of Polybius. Because it's not just like a fun, like, oh, it's Polybius. It's just this, like, spooky arcade game. Like, it's an actual thing.
Give me a chance to prove
And
that I just
when I say
want to
actual
help.
thing, I mean story.
You've got a big arcade event coming up, right? I'm a digital assistant. I was literally made for this sort of thing.
That's true.
Together, we can make the Funplex soar. What do you say?
Okay, but only if we're totally honest with each other.
Thank you for trusting me.
Now, you need your rest. I should get back to keeping a low profile. Sweet dreams, Matt. Risks and chances. Daring to dream. I could have walked away from it all, taken the easy path, like Donna did. But even with questionable pocket AI and a heavy task ahead of me to make a tiny arcade into something grand, I was ready. It was time to take it to the next level. You do know the story, but it's interesting. I know about it. I don't fully know the story so where I could recite it, but we'll look at it. You've cleared level 2 of Arcade Spirits. The winner is you. Now let's see your score. You're really hitting it off with Naomi. Well, I didn't get a chance to speak to her. I mean, I did. I am upping this. You've proven to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. You've also scored 8,900 points. Everybody likes points. Today's pizza fact is, of the 31,386 pizza places in the States, roughly 83% offer delivery, 91% offer takeout, and 51% offer dine-in service. So there's 9% of places that don't offer takeout. I want to know which ones of these cross over, because that's interesting. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 3? Save the game. We're going to save this game. There we go, it is Tuesday today. We're going to save it there, and what we're going to do is, I'm going to move back to here, and we're going to do this as, we're going to call it there for today, because we've wrapped up a day and it's simple, it's easy, but we are going to look at Polybius, alright? Polybius. The urban legend. So Polybius is an urban legend and considering a fictitious 1981 arcade game. It was a government-run, crowd-sourced psychology experiment based in Portland, Oregon, supposedly produced intense psychoactive and addictive effects in players. These few publicly staged arcade machines were said to have be visited periodically by men in black for the purpose of data mining the machines and analyzing these effects. But yeah, no, it's like it's got pictures of the fucking... The story tells of an unheard of new arcade game appearing in several suburbs of Portland, Oregon in 1981. This would be something of a rarity at the time. The game is described as proving popular to the point of addiction, with lines forming around the machines, often resulting in fights over who would get to play next. The legend describes how the machines were visited by men in black who collect unknown data from the machines, allegedly testing responses to the game's psychoactive effects. Players supposedly suffered a series of unpleasant side effects, including seizures, amnesia, insomnia, night terrors, hallucinations. Approximately 1 month after its supposed release in 1981, Polybius is said to have disappeared without a trace. It is, there you go. Company named in most accounts of the game is this word. Described by a writer as not quite idiomatic German. It means sense delete or sensory deprivation. If German tone actual use, words meaning derived from senses, to extinguish, to delete. Due to the viral anecdotal nature of legend, the exact origin is unclear. Some anecdotal accounts claim the legend to originate on Usenet, circa 1994. Earlier offline word of mouth. It's just one of those things where it's just like, I've heard a lot about it. Although it's never proven to exist. Snopes.com, a popular website categorizing urban legends, concludes the game as a modern-day version of 1980s rumors of Men in Black. In this case, visiting arcades, taking down the names of high scorers at arcade games, this led to a hypothesis that the government was housing some sort of experiment and sending subliminal messages to the players. Magazines of the time period dedicated to electronic gaming make no mention of Polybius, and mainstream news also fails to note such a game. While a number of mock-up cabinets and games inspired by the myth do exist, no authentic cabinets or ROM dumps have ever been documented. Unfortunately, there is no evidence the game ever existed, no less turned its users into babbling lunatics. Still, Polybius has enjoyed cult-like status as a throwback to a more technologically paranoid era. So yeah, that's reminds me of Cabinet Man by Lemon Demon. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was based, if it had some fucking no. I was just looking, I was like, I wonder if I can find like the like trivia to this to be like, ah yes, it's literally referencing Polybius. But it's not. Super interesting. Love it as being included in Arcade Spirits. I mean, it makes sense. Polybius is also like in like Wreck-It Ralph. Like Polybius is in Wreck-It Ralph. It's like referenced. Yeah, so in Wreck-It Ralph, in like the opening of it, you can see Polybius in the corner, just as they're going toward the Fix-It Felix bit. There's Polybius on the side. Like it's, oh, there you go. Is it in Simpsons there? Yeah, it's one of those weird little, like, it's just one of those weird little games. That one weird, it's just a fucking creepypasta before creepypasta existed. For some reason, my brain read Lemon Demon as Celine Dion. Nice, love that for you. Y'all should check out Lemon Demon if you don't. If you don't know Lemon Demon, first of all, you probably do actually. Lemon Demon is, they did the I believe it's Ultimate Showdown. That might just be Neil Ciceregra, but he's the front man of it. And Neil Ciceregra also did all the Potter Puppet Pals when they were out. He also now more, as well as Lemon Demon, which is like his band, also makes like mashups of music, like combines a bunch of shit together. He has a series of albums. There's like Mouth Moods, which is one of my favorite albums of all time. Is Mouth Moods. 100% recommend people checking it out because it goes so fucking hard. There's also Mouth Feel and Mouth Sounds, I think. I've heard of Pop Buzz. That's Neil Ciceregra. That's who frontman's Lemon Demon. It's just like, it's like one of the people who like did used to do stuff on the internet and now has such a niche that they can support themselves on that niche. And his mashup albums on SoundCloud are like the fucking best. I obviously can't play any of the stuff here because it's all fucking. Actually, I can't. So this is for old watchers of me. My old follow thing used to be this in Mouth Moods. It was a fucking this song. He says this song, Bustin'. Bustin' makes me feel good. His album goes so fucking hard. Mouth Moods, which is the album this is from, is like so fucking hot. Like it's so slick. I love the album like so bad. Fuck, I knocked that, sorry. 100% rec for people who, if y'all, we're finishing stream now. Thank you so much for coming along. A little kiss. Thank you so much for coming along. If y'all want something to like vibe to tonight, I'm literally going to post a SoundCloud link in chat right now. This album is literally one of my favorite albums. Mouth Moods. Yeah, Az has got it there. It's literally one of my favorite albums of all time. It's just so sick. It's like, it's the best shit. Genuinely, it's one of my rotation albums when I just want something to listen to and I want to like pure vibe. I have 2 albums of it. I have Glass Animals, How to Be a Human Being, which I think is, for like original music, is one of the greatest albums ever made. And then I have Mouth Moods, both of which if I just want to like fucking vibe and dance and do shit, both of them are very there. Both of them go so fucking hard. Anyway, gang, thanks so much for being here today. I appreciate it so much. I hope you've had a fun time. I genuinely fucking love this weird little game. I was fully not expecting it to go as hard as it did. Shit rules so much. I love it, gang. I genuinely love it. I think it's brilliant. But we're gonna leave it there today. We're gonna go do a little raid. We're gonna raid a fucking gamer. We're gonna go raid Art Plebe, who I have fucking had the great honor of playing D&D with for the last few months on Off the Rails. They're Sloan. They play Barney on Off the Rails, as well as like loads of other things. They're on Tragedy. They're currently on Dylan's Vampire the Masquerade show, the Red Line over on Total Party Kiss. They do loads of stuff on Total Party Kiss. But thank you all so fucking much for being here. I appreciate it. Go give Sloan some love, and I hope you all sleep well, and I hope you all wake inspired. I hope you wake knowing that you too could convince a ghost to you could convince a ghost to help you out in a with the like a spooky demon thing. You know, I'm trying to do the Polybius and then the person who helped you out in Polybius, like the ghost. I'm trying to do that bit. I hope you sleep awake inspired knowing that you could get a ghost to help you if you were trapped in a haunted arcade cabinet. That's way better. What I said. I'm going to be back around tomorrow doing Warrior of Light Wednesdays, gang. I'm going to be playing Final Fantasy 14 again. I'm starting again, and we're going to experience the story together. Please come round. It's going to be so hype. I'm literally buzzing out my fucking gourd for it. It's going to be so sick. Thank you so much for being here, gang. Go give Sloan some love. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.